319 coming up on 320. Good afternoon. It is the afternoon drive program with Aaron Delatorre in studio. Special guest Cheryl Ingrassia, owner of Southern California Tile here in Newhall. Welcome, Cheryl.
Hey, Aaron. How are you?
I'm doing well. Glad to have you back. How's your summer going?
It's going good.
Yeah?
It's good, yeah.
Is it busy over the summer in the shop?
It does get a little bit busy. People who, teachers are off. Some people are off during the summer and they want to get the projects done.
Right.
So.
But do you feel like the general population waits till after the summer? Because there's a lot of hosting that takes place in the summer, and then there's even more hosting during the holiday season. So
We do pick up because, yes, all of a sudden people realize that it's their turn to have the holiday and they better start moving or,
Right.
take care of it. Either they get their kitchen back together or their bathroom.
Well, look, Cheryl is not here for her health. She's here to give us insight into what trends are taking off, what's cooling down, and some other style-savvy guidance. So let's start with step one of the remodeling process. A lot of online experts suggest that before making any decision, before entering any showroom, you must figure out the budget. Would you agree?
Oh, absolutely. A budget does help. And also making a list of what all you need to do. And if you need help with that list, you can come in and I can help you with that list, because you say you want to get a new shower, but there's a little bit more involved than just the shower. There's things to think about: the shower door, the shower valve, all of those things. Though I don't necessarily do all of it, I do have contractors that I can recommend.
Do you guys have contractors in-house, or do you guys do?
I am licensed, and so my guys work for me under my license for all the tile work. But anything other than tile work, it needs to be subbed out to a contractor within that license.
Do people come in with too lofty of ambitions, kind of starting with their dream, and then you kind of break it down like, hey, let's start with phase one during this time, and then next year we'll complete the project?
It depends upon the project, because there's some things that all get tied together, so you can't put in a new shower valve or new shower without a new shower valve or things like that. So usually we want to start with exactly what they want, and let's see where we are, and then we can start tailoring it to a better budget if we need to.
Southern California Tile, been serving the community for over 3.5 decades now. You guys provide an extensive selection of ceramics, porcelain, mosaics, and more from around the world. So you've seen trends come and go. Heading into autumn and winter 2019, what are some of the more popular trends that you're seeing?
We haven't really seen anything crazy new, and I always joke around, tile is very archaic in some ways. It's the same, you still got squares or rectangles,
right.
There's some circles. But I'm really trying to get people to pick what they like, because what they like is what's going to have longevity. If they, don't always go into what the trends are, what Pantone has as their latest color, because that may not work in the tile. So you want to be a little bit more conservative or classic with your tile choices.
Right. So for posterity's sake, you guys always kind of recommend a more traditional, more classic look, right?
Correct.
Is there a specific stone or tile that you guys would recommend for kind of that long view, something that won't go out of style?
Well, for starters, I always prefer porcelain over natural stone. I think that it's easier to maintain. Stone can change with color through the years. It can scratch, it can stain, things like that. So depending upon the area, where I just think that porcelain tile will have longevity. It's pretty much indestructible.
So we were talking with Lori out in our front office before we came on air, and I asked her if she had any questions for you. She wanted to know about pet-friendly tile. Is there such thing as a pet-friendly tile?
Well, all your porcelain tile, as I said, is pretty much indestructible.
Is it scratch-proof?
Yes, it is.
Nice.
And so, yes, talking about dogs' claws and things like that, then it's not going to harm it at all. Going back to the natural stone, yes, dogs, cat claws can scratch and put marks in your granite or in your travertine and things like that. And also, urine can be a factor, where porcelain is fired, so nothing's going to penetrate it. So any of the acids from that it's not going to harm the tile. Where a natural stone, it could etch it and leave a mark.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about claws and I have hardwood floor in my apartment, and my dog just completely ripped apart my floor. It looks terrible now.
Yes, exactly.
Cheryl Ingrassia, Southern California Tile, peep their showroom on 13th Street, right here in Newhall. So we've already touched on this, but for the projects that you work on, are you guys providing the contractors or as well, or do more people hire the contract first, then come into the showroom?
A little bit of everything. Some customers start with me, and then I guide them into what they need. Find out if it's just a shower, and I keep talking about showers. If it's just a shower, I can pretty much handle everything from start to finish. But if you want to move a wall, or if you want a new cabinet, or anything more extensive, or you need new kitchen, you're going to re-gut the whole kitchen, then we need to bring in another contractor. I can work with whoever you're working with, or I can provide someone for you.
Is there a general timeline on project room by room? Like, does a kitchen take more time than a bathroom remodel would?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. A kitchen sometimes goes a little faster because there's not as many working parts. I know you've got your stove and your refrigerator and things like that, but sometimes I think a bathroom has a lot more intricate little parts that you need to deal with. So, depending upon it, it can be a 3-week project. It could be a 3-month project, depending upon how extensive it is.
And I guess a way to minimize and mitigate that time is planning, like you were telling me beforehand.
Right.
So aside from budgeting, is there anything else that we can do in preparation leading up to the project?
Well, if you can, you try to get everything on the job site before you even start. That's really good. That way you have time to inspect everything. I hear stories that they were putting in the cabinet and found out one of the cabinets is damaged, and now they have to wait for another cabinet, all those things. And the same thing is your tile. You make sure it is exactly what you want. What happens if the tile wasn't exactly how you thought it was going to look? That's fine. I'll exchange it, but let's do it right away. It's easier to do it right away.
Southern California Tile, serving the Santa Clarita Valley and beyond for over 3 decades. Visit the showroom on 13th Street in New Hall. You can also give them a call at 661-255-2773. That's 255-2773. And check them out online at southerncaliforniatile.com. A warning, their showroom inspires. So you're going to spend a lot of time online, going to spend a lot of time in showroom. So block out some time. Cheryl, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you, Aaron.
SouthernCaliforniaTile.com. And we're going to take a quick break. Stay tuned. We have traffic coming up.